Hello students! In this lesson, we will review 6 literary devices. We will give the definition and 3 examples of metaphors, onomatopoeia, puns, paradoxes, oxymorons, and allusions.
First, we will review metaphors. The definition of a metaphor is a direct comparison of two things without using like or as. One example is, she is a walking dictionary. This means that she is very fluent with vocabulary. Another example is, he is chipping away at his savings account with no income. This means that he is loosely spending money in the savings account. One more example is from a song. She is my sunshine, my only sunshine. This means that she is bright and cheerful to the person singing, but not actually a sun. Metaphors are fun, but don't get them confused with similes.
Next, we'll review onomatopoeia. Wow, big word that is. The definition of onomatopoeia is a word that imitates the sound it represents. Splat is an example of onomatopoeia when a bug hits a windshield, or boom when a bomb is detonated, or zap when a laser vaporizes paper.
Our third literary device is a pun. A pun is a humorous play on words, often with double meanings. One example is, cows are utterly amazing. This is saying that cows are amazing, but it is funny because the word utterly is used, and cows have udders. Another example is, need an ark, I know a guy. This is referring to Noah's Ark, but it is used in a funny way. One more example is, a sad taco saying, I don't want to talk about it. This means talk, but it is used as taco because a taco is saying it.
The fourth literary device is a paradox. This is easily the most confusing, befuddling, and flat-out ridiculous literary device. The definition of a paradox is a statement at which first seems to be absurd, but is actually true. An example of a paradox is when a truthful computer says, I'm lying. If the computer is truthful, it is telling the truth about lying, which means it is actually lying. Another example of a paradox is when someone says, I am nobody. If they even say something, they are someone, but since their identity is not proven or validated, they are nobody. They are somebody. The third example of a paradox is a little different. The example is the answer to this question no? If you say no, then the answeree will not know if you're saying yes, the answer is no, or no, the answer is yes.
Our fifth literary device is an oxymoron. An oxymoron is the juxtaposition of two opposite or contradictory terms. One example is exact estimate. Exact means precise, and estimate means guess. Precise and guess are opposite, so exact and estimate are opposite. And exact estimate is an oxymoron. Another example is escape prisoner. Prisoner means to be held in jail, and escape means to break out of jail. So, escape and prisoner are opposite. So, escape prisoner is an oxymoron. One more example is extinct life. Extinct means the entire species is dead, and life means to be alive and functioning. So, life and extinct are opposites. Extinct life is an oxymoron.
Our sixth and final example of a literary device is an allusion. An allusion is a casual reference to a famous person, place, or thing in history or culture. An example of an allusion is saying, hey, that kid with the 200 IQ is a real Einstein, referencing his smartness. Or maybe there's a frugal man that lives nearby you, and your parents call him a Scrooge, referencing Scrooge's hate for spending money. Possibly, you are a curious child who loves to ask questions. Some could say, well, you're just a young Socrates, referencing the tendency for Socrates to ask questions as well as your tendency to ask questions.
Thank you for listening to our presentation. We hope you have enjoyed what you have heard. To sum up this presentation, we will review what you have learned. You learned the definition and 3 examples of metaphors, onomatopoeia, puns, paradoxes, oxymorons, and allusions.
You can use these devices in context now.
Have a great day!
Created using Powtoon.